Welcome everyone to the ultimate.com. My name is TJ Lavin. I come from the BMX world, and this is by far one of the coolest things that I've ever been a part of. We are just moments away from Bello Nock walking across a tightrope across the whole entire Rose Bowl. Now this is very high, it's very dangerous. He's doing it with no net, no harness, no rope, no safety equipment at all. He's got to pull this. And this is only a practice session of what he's got going on later on this summer. Huh, Jen?
That's right, TJ. It's incredible what Bello Nock is doing. I'm Jen Brown, and we are just a part of another leg of the Summer of Bello tour, and I was a part of it on Tuesday, where Bello announced the big stunt he's going to be doing on August 30th. He did it in Times Square while he was balancing on a chair on a high wire for 8 hours. It was completely incredible. He was doing interviews in many different languages. I've seen a lot of crazy things. I'm one of the hosts of American Ninja Warrior. I've seen a ton of crazy things. And what Bello Nock did on Tuesday is simply incredible. Take a look.
I just gotta throw on some pants.
In the middle of the night in Times Square, one of the most iconic locations in the world, Bello's team prepared the high wire from which he would introduce the world to the ultimate. Having both mentally and physically prepared for the grueling task ahead, Bello would take his place on the wire. As the crowd gathered, they held their breath, watching Bello make his way to the center of the wire with the chair he would call home for the next 8 hours. Bello struggled as he focused to find the perfect balancing point on the 1-inch wire high above Times Square. Then it became a waiting game. Bello would have to find the focus, the will, and the strength to overcome the distractions, the fear, and the pain that the next 8 hours would bring him. He was a man alone on a wire.
Bello, hey, it's Joe Buck with Fox Sports. I just wanted to thank you for making all the rest of us men just look like crying little babies.
You see a guy do this many stunts in this amount of time, you're gonna be like, wow!
Hey, Bello, are you crazy?
What do you do if you have to go to the bathroom?
Holding the position for such an extended time would make leaving the chair on the wire the most dangerous part of the stunt. Legs shaking and body cramped, Bello found his balance and made his way to the tower, one step closer to the ultimate.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's done it. Bello Nock.
It's the start of the ultimate. I hope to see you guys all there. Thank you very much.
And that was just the launch of what's going down this summer, Jen. August 30th, this guy is going to perform 15 death-defying stunts in under 15 minutes. Now, some of us have backyards to practice in, but this guy, he practices in the Rose Bowl, and one of those 15 death-defying stunts is the tightrope. This guy's going to walk all the way across this rope tonight just for practice at the Rose Bowl.
Well, that's right, TJ, because it's leading up to one of the stunts, as you mentioned. He's walking across the wire, but he's going to be walking across a wire with fire chasing him on August 30th. Now, tonight, there will be no fire chasing him, but that doesn't lessen how dangerous it is of what he's going to be doing tonight, because he's going to be walking across 880 feet of cable, 200 feet above the Rose Bowl. So if you can just put that in perspective, it's incredibly dangerous, but certainly something that everybody is going to want to tune in and watch. It's going to be a great show. And just to really key you guys in on what's going down, we did chat with Bello a little bit earlier today to get his sense of what this is all about. So, Bello, last time we saw you, Tuesday in New York, I was there. It was unbelievable. You stood on a high wire for 8 hours. Well, you sat on a chair for 8 hours. So how are you feeling after something like that? Because I know we're going to do a huge stunt right now.
Yeah, it's hard to believe it was only a day and a half ago, but you know, there's different challenges that I love to put myself through because all of it leads up to training for the ultimate. So that was a long endurance one. This one here is a focus one. It's a wire walk over the Rose Bowl. Beautiful area, beautiful, iconic setting, the wind, all the technical things, and basically trying to not get distracted by all the distractions. Motorcycles in a globe, motorcycles jumping underneath me, 10,000 people cheering, being tweeted and interviewed all from the wire. It's just a challenge that I want to see if I can overcome.
Oh, I think that you got this. I think you got it.
That's one of us.
So
who
tell me
believes in
about
it.
tell me about these sway jacks. I mean, I see you got some sway jacks here for the wind.
Yeah,
Is that
what
that
it is the wire is 882 feet long. It's like a guitar string. When you pluck it, it reverbs. An engineer would call it hysteresis, but basically like a guitar string, if you plucked it, it would vibrate. If you balance on it and just like compensate a second, it would travel all the way up and come all the way back. And by the time you saw it, it would be at your feet and would shake so much it would knock you off. So those help me see when that reverb is coming my way.
Oh, so they're kind of a
just
visual
markers.
thing.
Yeah,
Oh.
they're
That's visual, but let's talk about the wind, because there is some wind blowing right now. So I know we had a little bit in New York. I see
That's why
the
that
flag
flag
is
is up
going.
there,
So
yeah.
so what's the thought process with the wind, and how do you tackle that out there on the wire?
Again, there are distractions that you want to try to overcome. You can't predict the weather. It's beautiful today, but the one thing about it is wind, sudden gusts. If you had like a constant wind, that's one thing, but it's a sudden gust, and then you wonder, do you overcompensate? We've tried artificial, the helicopter wind, airboat wind. We've tried a lot of different things, but Mother Nature, there's just that, unpredictability.
Well, like in the morning time, before you do something like this, like when I was riding, before the contest, you'd always be knowing that you're going to be hurting in the shower that night. What's going through your mind when you wake up? Like, 'cause there's no crashing off this.
In my world, you don't think that far ahead. You think about, because I'm not thinking about how much pain I'm going to be in the shower tonight. When I'm doing what I'm doing, I'm not thinking about what's for dinner. I think about what I do. There is one rule. I'm not superstitious. Nothing. I just live my life. But I go to what I know, and I don't change anything on game day. You don't change anything on competition day. You just do what you do. And you act, you don't react. But it's all about preparation. I'm a man who knows no fear. And that's hard to say. But I have a tremendous amount of respect.
I love it. That's perfect. That's the perfect answer. You know what? With an answer like that, I think you're almost ready to go, bro.
Almost ready. Hey, I'm
Good-looking
bordering on
dude.
the
Good-looking
professional.
guy.
And just to set the stage here so people understand, you are walking, it's 880, give us the specifics. Of
882 feet from end to end. It starts off at 120 feet off the ground and ends up at 150. Beautiful, iconic setting. We're here because we're doing the CARE Youth League. This is it's their 62nd anniversary, and basically I am the fundraiser for their program. That is a kids program that keeps kids off the street and focused and determined.
Doing it for a good cause.
Yeah, I love
You're a great motivator. You talk about wanting to inspire people. I know you inspire people all the time with what you do. The kids are going to think no less tonight when they see you up there on the wire. I just want to touch back on one thing, though, because I thought it was interesting. You said that you use airboats and you use different things to propel wind at you while you're practicing. What speeds are we talking about? What's the most you've done on a wire?
The airboat, we had 70 and 80 mile an hour winds because we had two airboats. We put them on one on each side. We had both on the one side. We did one, sudden gust, long durations of it. And I said, do whatever you can to knock me off. They weren't able to knock me off, but we had to stop because the guys with the wind meter came at us with, just debris and sand in their eyes and like, I can't take this anymore. And so, yeah, but it's just the challenges.
That's awesome.
Well, you said that all that's in your mind is the task at hand, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that was all that was in my mind as well, but it was only lasting for about a second and a half to 2 seconds long. So you just got to go up there and get it done. You're on this thing for a long time, so that's a lot of concentration at one time. What's going on in your mind? What's bouncing in? What are the thoughts in your head?
Man, that's a tricky question. I think about how many people I have that support me, that make me look good, because for every famous man, for every famous woman, there are a tremendous amount of people who support them, family members. I'm doing this today, all the focus and all the spotlight on me. It's my wife's birthday. She decided not to be here. She wanted to have her day peace. She couldn't take all the stress of it, but it's her birthday. And what do we do all today? She's making sure everything that I need. My daughter's here, all my friends, family, my brother's at home with getting the helicopter ready for the ultimate on August 30th. Just all the people that prep for me. Some of the things that go through my mind is making sure at the end, before I take a bow, I make sure I say thanks to them, because if it wasn't for all those great people, I wouldn't be here. If it wasn't for my partner, Neil Mant, I wouldn't be here. You guys, the people at home. I'm a guy up on a high wire, and I'm not a guy who has, hey, I'm an ordinary guy with extraordinary talents. I don't want to be, hey, look at that guy, he's extra special. I want to walk the wire, be able to take pictures, answer questions, and sort of invite the audience in the crowd, whether they're watching on their phone, on the internet, live here at the Rose Bowl. I want them to sort of feel what it's like to be up on the high wire. They don't have to walk the wire, but they can see what it's like.
That's what's up. Happy birthday.
I know. We got to give a big happy birthday to your wife. Well, we're looking forward. I know you're going to hit the wire here in just a little bit. And obviously, we've talked about it. It is a practice session for the Ultimate. As you said, August 30th, 15 death-defying stunts in Las Vegas live. We're so excited for it. So we're going to get you out there so you can get ready. But what we're going to do right now, we're going to take a look at those 15 stunts, how they break down, and remind everybody why we're here.
Awesome. You bring up a great point. This is just a rehearsal for me, and I picked a very beautiful place. They allowed me to do it here at the Rose Bowl. It's for a great setting, but this is just a rehearsal for me. And most people, stars, people, they go, I want a closed setting because in case something goes wrong, in case I fail, I don't want anybody to see me strike out. Well, I'm like, no, open the doors, invite the people. If you're going to take pressure, get in the pressure cooker.
There's no failing here, bro. I got news for you.
I hope not.
All right. Well, good luck to you out there. All right. Let's take a look at why we're all here. Check out the Ultimate Stunt on August 30th. Take a look.
On August 30th, Bello Nock will wear his integrated biometric armor suit for the first time when he performs his ultimate daredevil stunt. Live from Las Vegas, he will perform 15 death-defying stunts in less than 15 minutes in front of a worldwide internet and mobile audience. First, he will jump onto the back of his custom-made Bello bike. He will ride that bike up a wire carrying a ball beneath it. When he gets to the top, that ball will drop and light a fuse. Then, he will have to sprint across that high wire while the wire is lit on fire and the flames are chasing him. If the fire beats him across, the wire Bello is on will drop to the ground. Next, he will do the fastest rappel down a rope without any harness. The ball will continue on its track. Once at the bottom, he must jump onto the outside of the double wheel of steel as the ball will continue to move. He will then do the fastest free climb up a 6-story pole without any gear. The ball will then trigger another 6-story pole to be released. Bello will then have to transfer from one pole to the other pole, and then slide down that pole upside down in the inverted position, setting another new world record. The ball will then light yet another fuse. As Bello climbs into the cannon, where he will be shot as a human cannonball over the rotating blades of an active helicopter just before it takes off. As if that's not enough, he will then put his cycle skills to the test when he rides a motorcycle over a wall of fire and then through another wall of fire. While still on the motorcycle, he will grab onto the bottom of the helicopter where he will fly 15 stories in the air and then he will drop, achieving the highest free fall from a helicopter ever. Of course, he must get out of the way before the Indiana Jones-sized ball of fire falls down and destroys the entire setup. This will be the greatest daredevil stunt ever. This is the Ultimate.
Bello's walking up here right now. Every time I see that, it gets crazier and crazier. Now, this guy, not only is he such a good competitor, good athlete, good everything that he has going on for him, but also can you sense the humility in his voice? I really love this guy. He's just a really nice guy. You want him to succeed, right?
Well, absolutely. He is a nice guy, a good family guy, and we love that about him. And you see him there. He's kind of surveying the land, kind of figuring everything out, going to make his way up to the wire where TJ is at the starting position. But before we get him up to you, TJ, why don't we take a look at the individual breakdown of the specific stunts that he's going to be doing on August 30th, excuse me.
Stunt 1, the wire cycle.
Not only will I be taking a motorcycle to up over 60 feet off the ground, I'll be dismounting at its highest point. The hardest part about that, me and the motorcycle will be balancing on a high wire. The cable is the size of my thumb. It's about 1/3 of the size of the tire. I've never seen it done before.
Stunt 2, the fire wire walk.
There's only one way to walk across a wire successfully, and that is to focus on the other end of the cable. That's why they always say, don't look down. If I'm gonna walk on a high wire that's on fire, well, there's a lot of elements. Basically, trying not to get distracted. The noise, the heat, something that can burn you. I will have no idea how close that fire is behind me. Hopefully, I won't feel how close that is behind me.
Stunt 3, the rope descent.
This stunt is all about timing. I have to beat the ball. I had to create new ways to descend, and descend fast. I don't have time for safety gear. I don't have time for a harness. I'm basically gonna free fall for as long as I can stand it, and then grip that rope and try to stop myself. Yes, that's a lot of friction.
Stunt 4, the Wheel of Steel.
The whirling wheel of steel. Once it's released, the weighted side causes a pendulum effect. I'll have one shot to grab the unweighted side. The problem is, it will have a tremendous amount of energy built up into a rotating pattern. I have to, as quick as I can, get my bearings, stand up, and start running as fast as I can. This action will be cranking the ball all the way to the top of the timing mechanism. I have to do all of this, balance, focus. It's referred to as Wheel of Death.
Stunt 5, the Free Climb.
Next up is the fastest climb up a vertical pole. No harness, no gear, no spikes, no ladder, no steps, nothing. It's a free climb. The pole I'll be climbing looks like a flagpole. It's a 3-inch round tube, 60 feet tall. I couldn't be more proud because this thing was invented by my father. Only 36 people have climbed to the top of a pole. I'm gonna break the record for the world's fastest climb.
Stunt 6, the Transfer.
So now I just broke the record for the world's fastest climb up a 60-foot pole. The problem is there's going to be 2 poles. One of them is very flexible. It's going to be pulled into a tension. The ball will release the other pole. Once that second pole is coming towards me, I'll have 1, possibly 2 chances to grab that pole. How do I get from pole to pole? Well, since it's never been done before, any way I can.
Stunt 7, the Drop.
I'm now at the top of a 60-foot pole. How do you get down? Well, like a fireman would slide down. I'm gonna do it different. I'm gonna do it head first so I can see where I'm going. I'm gonna break the world record for the world's fastest free fall down a sway pole. And that's what it is. Remember, the ball is still in motion.
Stunts 8 and 9, the Cannon and the Chopper Blade.
Man's always had a quest for flight. The only way to do it is with a machine. My machine of choice is a cannon. That's right, I'm gonna get inside of a cannon and fly 110 feet to my landing projectile. There are plenty of things that can go wrong. I'm gonna add one more element of danger. I'm gonna get shot out of a cannon and fly over the rotating blades of a helicopter.
Stunts 10 and 11, the Jump and the Flames.
I can't say I'm the greatest motorcycle jumper in the world. What I am gonna do is jump a motorcycle over a wall of fire. I will not be able to see my landing.
Stunt 12, the Wall of Fire.
Rule number 1 when you jump in a motorcycle is being able to see your landing. I've got to land on that ramp as smoothly as possible and give as much gas as I can to break through a wall of fire. 3, 2, 1.
Stunt 13, the Chopper Exchange.
Once I break through that wall of fire on my motorcycle, I now need to drive even faster to catch up to a helicopter. It's going to have a trapeze suspended underneath it. I need to now transfer from a speeding motorcycle to a speeding helicopter. As it takes off, hold on by one hand, let go of the motorcycle, hopefully not get confused between the two, and then fly off. One hand on the helicopter. Ready? Go.
Stunts 14 and 15, the lift and the drop.
I've hung suspended from a helicopter many times, at many heights. The next stunt I'm gonna do, I'm gonna let go and do the world's highest high fall from underneath the helicopter. I will hit terminal velocity. I've trained my entire life to hold on. Now it's time for me to let go. I need to get out of that airbag as fast as I can and extinguish the flaming ball that's 60 feet above my head before it drops.
Well, we are just moments away from Bello Nock taking a walk on a wire across the legendary Rose Bowl. And it's called the granddaddy of them all. They just recently hosted their 100th Rose Bowl game in January. There's Bello Nock at the top. He's getting set up and ready to go. Now, the Rose Bowl, as we said, is so legendary. It's had the likes of U2, the Rolling Stones. They've all performed here. It's seen a lot of things, but I can assure you it's never seen anything like what Bello Nock is going to do. A stunt like this involves an incredible amount of preparation, and Bello's attempt at crossing the Rose Bowl on a wire started months ago. Earlier this week, Bello's team got to work putting his plans into action. It took 8 men over 10 hours to lay 800 feet of cable. Laying this much cable in a structure as old as the Rose Bowl is challenging both because of the difficulty of the stunt and the fragility of the stadium. None of these cables actually touch the Rose Bowl or harm the 92-year-old structure in any way. But even more important than that is Bello's safety. Everyone needs to be 100% focused, and the slightest mistake from anyone in the crew can result in a fatal disaster. All right, well, Bello Nock, like I said, is just moments away, but joining me now is his daughter. She's 18 years old, Annalise. She's an 8th-generation circus performer in the Nock family. So, Annalise, you know, we talked to you on Tuesday when your dad was out on the high wire there in Times Square tonight. He's at the Rose Bowl. So how are you feeling about what he's going to do tonight?
I'm super excited. I mean, every stunt he does is always exciting because it's always a little different, and there's always things that you can't control that just make it that much more thrilling. I mean, I feel the wind is pretty windy right now, so that obviously makes it a little harder, but I know he's going to do great.
Well, tonight we call it a practice session. We don't really want to trivialize that because he is at the Rose Bowl, and he is practicing for a death-defying stunt, but you kind of have to put things on the line in those practice sessions, and so it's pretty risky, huh?
Yeah. Our family likes to consider every practice just the same as a show. Like, you have to have the same amount of respect and the same amount of passion for a practice as you do for a show for millions, you know?
Well, he certainly has a passion. It's very evident in everything that he does. Now, I know that your mom is not here. It's her birthday. Happy birthday, Jenny.
Happy birthday, Mom.
But, you know, I noticed that she's kind of chooses to stay at home at sometimes. So does she sit at home and watch? And how are her nerves watching something like this?
Yeah, my mom was, we would have loved for her to come to this trip, but she just said, you know, I would rather not. Call me when you're at the finish line and it went great. It just, you know, it's her husband and it's her daughter, so that never changes.
Well, you will be here at the finish line awaiting your father, so we're looking forward to it. I'm actually now going to bring in Neil Mant, so thank you so much, Annalise. All right, Neil, you are Bello's partner through all of this. We had a very successful event on Tuesday. Thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people tuned in around the world.
Millions.
Millions. Millions. How did you think that it went on Tuesday?
I was happy. You know what really excited me about this, and my brother, who's a big Twitter guy, is the engagement for this process, and the whole project is living on the web for that reason, because we want people to engage on a global basis. Bello is obviously fluent in 6 languages, so we're always looking to get questions from people. Tonight is no different. He will take questions, so you tweet him a question, and maybe we'll get to it. So I was thrilled with the engagement. It went over really well.
How do you get the Rose Bowl to be a practice session, and what can we expect tonight? How amazing is that?
Well, you're going to see a great wire walk to start with, but Bello does a charity event here, and this is a charity event, the Youth Care, and so he's producing the event. You're going to see, well, we won't see here on the web, but people here at the stadium will get to see some motorcycle jumps later on as well. So it just works perfectly.
Well, we are very excited. We're happy that you and your brother put this on for all of the world to see. We thank you for that. All right, TJ, we are all set down here at what we would call, I guess, the finish line. How are you doing over there at the starting line?
Now, just because this is a practice doesn't mean you can lose focus. So earlier this week, we had Joel Osteen talk to him, give him some good fortune, because we know you could use good fortune when you're walking a wire across the whole entire stadium, right?
You know, I'm about to, more than any other time before, put my life on the line.
Sure.
And so I'd love to have a nice prayer with you.
Love to.
And because, you know, we do these live events outdoors, I'd love to pray for good weather and safety and everything to go well, and for God to be glorified in anything we do.
That's easy.
That's it. Thanks.
Yeah,
Dan.
let's just
Come on
talk.
over.
Yeah. Lord, we just pray for Bello and his safety, and just, Lord, that his skill and talent will come out to the full as he performs this stunt. I do pray, Father, for good weather, for just calm winds, for peace of mind, for strength. And Lord, we know you've raised him up to use his talents to bring glory to you. And we thank you for his life and the generations in the past, and even his daughter in the next generation. So Lord, we just thank you for a great stunt, no complications. Thank you for your goodness, your mercy, and that millions of people around the world will see your glory. And Lord, we just commit him into your hands in Jesus' name.
Amen. Amen. Thank you so much. Thank you.
All the team.
Yes.
All right, Bello, it's time for one of the kindest stuntmen I've ever met
Thank you, sir.
to get it done. So get up there and make this happen for us. How you feeling tonight?
Feeling great. Feeling great. Feeling the love. Feeling excited. Just feeling it.
All right, man. Without further ado, any last words?
No. Thank you. Look forward to seeing everyone on the other side, or text, tweet, or talk to me all the way through.
All right, man. I'm going to talk you through this thing because I know you're going to need me up there when you're up there. I'm just going to be up there to spit. Come on, man. You got this, you know. All right, man. Make it happen, bro.
Thank you so much.
Good luck.
Thank you. I just want to make sure these feet are clean. Okay. Good deal. How long till we can go, man, Mikey? Good deal. Just going to clean my feet a little bit. Yeah, give me a sip of that water. Steve, you're good, huh? Oh. This is awesome. Let me make sure this thing is, my daughter taught me how to do this. All right. Now I got to set this up so I can talk to people, because this is awesome. Could be fun, man. You back that up just a little. Actually, I can go over this side. No, that's good.
No problem.
So now let me just make sure my feet are clean.
Tell him it's not. Hey, Bello, just wanted to check in with you over here. We're at the finish line. Looks like you got a pretty good view up there. The sun's getting ready to set, huh?
What?
Yeah, he's getting getting focused right now. He's ready to go. He's getting his shoes all dialed in. He's getting his hands all warmed up. He's making it happen. I like this.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you so much. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I did not hear anybody.
First step.
Okay.
First step.
Let me prep my hands a little bit here quick. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Give me a second. I'm just going to prep. Corey, you're good. Steve, good? No, sir. All good. All good.
Hey, Bello, can you copy us over there?
I hear you. How are you? I can hear you. Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you guys, and we just wanted to know what the view is like up there. We see the sun setting on our side. You get a great view over there?
Let me tell you, I was just about to start walking, and I had to stop and take it in because this is just awesome. Crowds pouring in. This cable is zigzagging like you do not believe, but it is, it's a sight, man. It's a sight.
I got to ask you, zigzagging, is that good or bad?
Well, you'd always like to have a straight wire. This one goes left-right a couple of times. But it's all good. It's good.
Yeah, Bello, what's up with the zigzag?
You know, all these yellow ropes here are here as markers to help me tell when that sway comes my way. you know, it's like looking down a highway and you see that smooth road. This one here is going, you know, it's a little distracting, but that's what this rehearsal is for, to give me as many distractions as I can handle.
You're the man. Get it done, bro.
Thank you, sir. I'm just gonna get myself a little prepped here. Feeling good, huh? This is awesome, guys. Whew. This is awesome. Everyone else can hear me? All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am on a walk, starting a walk, 882 feet across one of the most iconic stadiums, bowls in the entire world. It is what dreams are made of. All right, I'm up to my first sway jack. Feeling good. There's a little bit of roll in the cable.
Hey, Bello, can you describe for us what right now just walking over that cable is like?
Yeah, it's, you know, you try to focus on that cable. With all these seats underneath me, all the same color and so beautiful in a row, they sort of look like when you see zebra run or fish swim, a whole school of fish. It's sort of beautiful and distracting. You want to look at it, and you're like, oh, wait, look back at the wire. But that's what this is for, is being able to do a wire walk with different distractions. I want to be able to have the focus, but at the same time, look at that beautiful view. This is the Rose Bowl. Care Youth Circus, Care Youth League, and this is a beautiful sight. Okay. Second sway jack. You okay there?
Hey, Bello, I know in New York we are allowing people to ask you questions on Twitter. A lot of people are tuning in right now. We actually have just seen a tweet come from Khloe Kardashian, one of the Kardashian sisters. She has said, while our Bruce is athletic, yeah, she's talking about her dad there, this guy at Bello Nock is hands down the ultimate daredevil. Crazier dad, Bruce or Bello?
That's awesome. Kardashians, I love the Kardashians. You know, they're all about family.
I love Chloe.
Yeah.
Dad, do you know who that is?
Yeah.
That's the Kardashians. I love them. I watch them on TV all the time. You got to do something better than that.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, here at the Hollywood Bowl, Rose Bowl, that was my daughter, Annalise. And she's right. We're all about family. Corey, can you tighten that one up a little bit? Good deal. Love the Kardashians. They're all about family. I'm all about family. You got a lot of family support. I'm, Annalise, let me think of something. I'm going to try something. I'm going to see if I can, all right, I'm going to see if I can tweet. Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. I got an iPhone here. And, hey, Kardashians, it's Bello at the Rose Bowl, and I'm up on a high wire. And a view like this doesn't get any better. Hey, everyone, say hi to the Kardashians.
So cool.
All right, Annalise, I'm sending that your way. Thank you, sir. Annalise, you tell me if you get that. I'm going to try. Okay.
we talk about that for a second, TJ?
Yeah, what's going on right now? I know that he stopped like a little bit halfway, and it's like, what are you doing, bro? He's like, selfie. First I got to take the selfie. And I'm like, bro, this is not the time for a selfie, buddy. He don't care. He just keeps it moving.
Who can go to that next sway jack? Dietz, Steve? Can you go to that next one? Go ahead.
I can't hear. I can't hear.
Nice and easy. Yeah, keep going. Dietz, you can go again already? Go ahead, Dietz. So I took a picture or video and sent it to as a response. Want to see what they have to say about that. I did that for my daughter. So cool to get the support from family. That left rope right there is really loose. The next one, Dietz rope, got it. Yeah, keep going, keep going, keep going. Keep pulling. Easy, easy, easy. All right, just hold that.
Hey, Bello, we got Floyd Mayweather getting in too. He wants some of this.
You're kidding.
Nah, man, Floyd Mayweather. He says, looking forward to seeing the family at Bello Nock at the Ultimate in Vegas this summer.
That is awesome.
Hashtag TMT. That stands for the money team, too. I think you're part of the money team, man.
Awesome. Floyd Mayweather. That guy knows how to fight.
Yeah, he never loses.
No. All right. Dietz, you got that one? Nice and easy. Just hold.
Hey, Bello, for those that are watching and just tuning in now, can you explain again what the ropes are that are attached to the wire right now that people are securing down on the ground, what that purpose it serves?
I sure can. There's something that happens when you stretch a cable. This cable that I'm walking is the size of most people's thumb. 5/8 thick. And if you look down at your thumb, that's the size of it. When you stretch a guitar string and make it really tight, you get something that we all know as reverb. An engineer would call it hysteresis. So this cable is 882 feet long, and you have something stretched that long. For every, as Newton's third law, for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. So as I'm trying to find my balance in here in these little micro balances, there's movement. And that causes the wire to move, and it runs all the way up to the end and all the way back. And when that movement, you don't see it coming, the only time you feel it, or the only time you see it is when you feel it, is when it's too late. Because when it reverbs and goes all the way down there and comes back, it can move to 7 times the size of the initial movement. That next one again. Go ahead, next one. Go ahead, Dietz. Dietz, go ahead. You just got to get to them faster, okay? When you tighten up. You want to tighten up slow, but you want to get to them faster, okay, guys?
Now, Bello, when you do the event in Vegas, you're gonna have fire chasing you. So we're gonna have to have these guys moving really fast, huh?
Yeah, even myself. You know, this is an extremely long wire, and you know, it's the first time you do anything. There's always the little hiccups. This is pretty long, depending on a lot of people, and I have a great team, great staff, great bunch of friends, and most importantly, most amount of family, and they support me in many different ways. I have family who are not related here today that help me in all these ropes. Down on the field holding the ropes are stunt family, who are Hollywood's elite stunt people, who are friends. You see them in all the modern movies made. Got a lot of great people that are on my team and my staff that help me. They're like family, because my life is in their hands a lot of times. Then at the top of the cable up there, helping me and guiding me, is my daughter Annalise, who literally follows in my footsteps, walking high wires. That next one, someone's got to get to that next one. The next rope down. Go ahead, Corey. Nice and easy on the right side there. So Annalise is up there. She's my daughter, who's, like I said, following in my footsteps. I have family like my oldest brother, who is the helicopter pilot. The only person I would trust, his name is Bello Nock, and he's a great helicopter pilot, and I hang outside the helicopter. Wouldn't do it with anybody else.
Well, Bello, speaking of family, I think that your video tweet has gone viral with the Kardashian family, because now Kourtney Kardashian is weighing in on Twitter. Here's what she had to say. She said, "Wow, at Bello Nock at the Rose Bowl right now." She asked her sister Khloe, "Do you think Bruce could do this? Hashtag crazy dads, hashtag the ultimate." So I think they're weighing in on whether or not their dad, Bruce Jenner, obviously a very amazing athlete in his day. I'm not sure, though, that he has anything on you tonight, Bello.
Well, I'll tell you what we have in common other than the family and how strong that support is, and the bond. Bruce Jenner was the guy who was most famous for the decathlon. And this event that I'm going to do, called The Ultimate, is the decathlon of record-breaking stunts. August 30th, I'm going to do the most amount of world records, most amount of amazing stunts in the shortest amount of time. So hopefully I'll have something in common with him. Hopefully I'll be on the cover of a Wheaties box too. Wouldn't that be cool? I think he was the first. I also have an amazing wife. She supports me. She's usually there with all of these stunts, but she didn't want to come to this one. Said, can't take the stress, but she supports me in so many different ways. Today happens to be my wife's birthday. Isn't that awesome?
That is so cool that she supports you like that, man. Another guy that's supporting you, he's freaking out on your selfie that you took to the Kardashians, is Ludacris.
You're kidding.
Ludacris is following you on Twitter, at Bello_Nock, and
that's awesome. Ludacris. Is that
Bello?
Neil?
Yeah, it's Neil.
Hey, Neil.
Bello, Ludacris is awesome, dude.
He is.
I mean, Kardashians are fun. Floyd Mayweather, he's great. But Ludacris, I got to tell you, I'm a fan of Ludacris. I really am. Can you send him something, a photo or a video or anything? I mean, I know you're walking, but it's Ludacris, dude. He's awesome.
Neil Mant, I happen to be walking a wire. What, you act a fool? I tell you what, let me get higher up here, off of this beautiful green, lush grass that is over on the Rose Bowl. That is about 120 feet underneath my feet, that just happens to be blending in with the wire. So I'm doing all this by feeling. And
yeah.
I don't know if you noticed this, but the sun went down. The sun was up when I started. It just hid behind that beautiful mountain. And I'm wearing sunglasses.
So, Bello, are you saying that you're having trouble seeing the wire?
It's just blending in with the grass. It's beautiful, so nicely cared for. but it just it's blending in with the wire, so I just don't. I'm going by feeling right now. Once I get past this, I might be able to send a picture or video to Ludacris. It's pretty neat. Be able to have people tweet in, people call in who are watching this live streaming. That's just awesome. You wouldn't believe how amazing, how fun this is, how cool of a feeling this is to be able to walk in something iconic as this beautiful Rose Bowl for the 62nd anniversary of the CARE Youth League. I mean, that they would allow me to come do this, do some training in front of a great audience for a great event, fundraise at the same time for a wonderful cause. Love California. The shoes I'm wearing, I bought yesterday on Santa Monica Boulevard. I was out looking for Jimmy Kimmel. I'm gonna try here. Let me see here. I don't think so. Yeah. You're kidding me. All those ropes good?
Bello, Richard Sherman is on the phone.
You're kidding me.
I'm kidding you?
You're kidding me.
How am I kidding you? Oh, you're kidding me.
Richard Sherman.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm great, and yourself?
I'm up on a tightrope.
Yeah, I heard about that. How's that going?
It's going good.
That's good. That's good. So how do you get your mind right to walk a tightrope over the Rose Bowl?
Doing great. It's a sight, man. It's just beautiful. Next time I do this, I'm going to wear a camera so people can see what this is like.
Yeah, I love that. I love to see what you're saying.
Hey, buddy, I want to give you a congratulations.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. And
Madden
congratulations
cover.
to you. This is quite a feat.
You bet.
It's quite a feat.
Thank you very much for calling me, buddy.
No problem at all. So how do you prepare for that?
You know, preparing for this is just like you, man. Everyone's got a dream. You practice, train, pay attention, and go at it. And you know you don't listen to people who tell you you can't or it's impossible.
Exactly. I know exactly what you mean. Well, I won't hold you up too much longer, man. It's good to talk to you.
Great talking to you, buddy. Thank you for calling.
Thank you for having me.
Nice and easy on those ropes, guys. This one that I'm coming to up on the right.
He's going to have to move up. He's got to get the balance ball in. Can it move up at least 2 levels below that table, please? Thank you.
Feeling good, guys. I don't know, Michael. I'll let you know. You know, I do a lot of training for walking on a high wire for distractions. Walking these wires are always different. When I see that and hear that helicopter up there, I did a lot of wind testing. When we were home, I had my brother, who was a helicopter pilot, 20,000 hours. His name is Captain Eugene Nock. Had him circle around my as close as he could when I was up on a high wire, just to cause distractions, wind, airboats. But, you know, that's just the wind. The silence. Hearing the people having a good time here. It's great. Hey, guys, whoever's on those ropes, we need to have some people move up here. Whoever that is right there, white hat. Guys, climb over. Who's right there? Is that Dan? Nice and tight, Dan. Nice and tight. Who's that? Is that Steve? Dietz? Hold nice and tight. Nice and tight. Hey, for the next ones, Andrew, Dietz, everyone, I need you to run to them, and then when you grab them, move slow. Yes, sir.
Hey, Bello, just wanted to let you know as you're getting closer here to the finish that Barry Sanders has chimed in. He's watching you right now.
You are kidding me.
Check it out.
Hey, Bello, it's Barry Sanders.
Olga,
good
can
luck
you keep
tonight,
pulling?
by the way.
Olga?
I have a question for you.
Keep pulling.
What type of cable do you use to hold all of that weight?
You know, this is a stainless, or it's a aircraft cable, galvanized 5/8 cable. And the strength of it is like 38,000 pounds. Now, we don't tension it that much, but that's the kind of cable I use. Like I said, it's about the size of someone's thumb.
I think it's interesting, Bello, that you bought a new pair of shoes just yesterday, and you're trying them out here tonight on something that's so dangerous. When I buy a new pair of shoes, I've got to break those in for a couple of times before I actually even wear them out.
Yeah. You know, I put them on, and almost immediately I was shopping with my daughter and said, our high wire shoes. You know, a lot of people ask about special or custom. Are they special wire shoes? Is there anything to them? I'm not going to be too proud to tell you. They're a pair of diesel shoes, just off the rack. If you want to be comfortable, you got to look comfortable. Styling. Yes, sir.
Hello, how are you, sir?
I'm doing good. Who's this?
This is Jerome Bettis.
Jerome Bennett.
How are you?
Yes, sir. Doing good, Bettis.
You just hanging?
Hanging? I'm going for a walk in the park. Or I guess the bowl. Feeling good, man.
Feeling good?
Feeling great.
How long you got left?
Let me see here. I bet you I got about 120 feet left. 30, yeah, about 120 feet towards the end. This is a sight, man. Thanks for calling in, buddy. How you doing? All right.
Well, how cool is that? You've got all of these celebrity and athletes. I mean, athletes, we're not just talking about any kind of athletes. We're talking about big name athletes are weighing in, watching you walk across this wire at the Rose Bowl tonight.
Having people call in, if, you know, it's just awesome to get the respect and appreciation, you know, from people who are famous or people who are in the pursuit of that. It's just so cool because we all have dreams in life, and I'm living mine. And I just love it when other athletes and entertainers share in and join in, because we all know what it's like to have a fight in our heart, in our stomach. We want to work at something. And I've got mine. And it's just so great to be able to live a dream, man.
Well, we got another one for you. George Lopez, comedian.
Hey, this is
got
Jerome
his own,
again.
There he is.
Hey, George.
This is Jerome. Sorry about that. Jerome Bettis again. Sorry about that. I
Oh,
lost
dude,
you.
I thought I lost you.
No, I'm back. I don't know what happened there. We got mixed up.
Right.
But I did have a couple questions, man.
I'm ready.
The first one was in terms of, obviously we know what you do, for a living and how you kind of get to your rush. Obviously, being a professional athlete, I understand that rush and how you crave for it. But what do you do in your downtime? What do you do to kind of relax?
Other than having a good time with my family, trying to be the best dad I can, and I got to tell you, I dream of new stunts, new ways to entertain and motivate people and inspire them. So I got to tell you, I almost never stop. If it's not physical, it's trying to do the next thing, dreaming up new ones.
Do you ever thought about golf or anything like that?
No golf for me, man.
No golf.
I tell you, you invite me someday, you might have to teach me how to play, but...
I got you. The next one was probably a little simpler in that when you are, obviously it's a tough question because of the circumstances that you're in, but, when you're doing, stunts like that, looking down, is that an issue for you?
Yeah, I got to tell you, when they say never look down, what happens is you're looking at the problem. You focus on the goal and destination. You know it. You'll get there in life, no matter what, no matter how many people tell you you can't get there. So, thank you, buddy. I'm getting to the end here. I'm going to try my best to take a picture and tweet one out, because
I just want to congratulate you, man. Congratulations.
Thank you, buddy.
Care.
I'm almost to the back there. Hey, I want to give a shout out to my buddy Drake, who's sitting with Maura Mant, and they made a lot of this happen, so I really appreciate you guys. Neil, Michael, Mant brothers, thank you so much. All my family helping me make a dream come true. Ladies and gentlemen, this is like something I just got to do right before I take. I'm about 5 to 10 feet away from the threshold. I'm going to try my best to take a picture up on the Rose Bowl behind me. It doesn't get better of a view than this.
Got to get one last selfie in, huh?
Yeah. I would tweet this out to my friends, let everyone know what it's like.
You got TJ's up here taking a
on
picture
a high
of you,
wire.
taking your selfie.
At the Rose Bowl. Thank you, everyone who helped with the ropes. Thank you, Annalise. I got to duck my head here. This was some beautiful sight. Thank you very much for helping me in a training on my way to the ultimate. Thank you, everybody.
He's getting one last selfie in here before he steps off the wire. Let's get the crowd to cheer for what you guys just saw tonight. What did you think about what Bello Nock just did?
Oh, stop.
Annalise, you got that?
Yep.
Step forward. Awesome. All right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Rose Bowl. Thank you, Care Youth League. Thank you very much. Mant Brothers, MLB, all my family, all my friends, thank you very much. Now, we're going to start a thrill show. Take it away, guys. Whoa.
Congrats. Come on.
Thanks, man. Thanks, buddy. Nani,
Yeah? You got it?
come on over, babe.
I'm going under it, okay?
Woo! That was awesome, babe.
Yeah.
Thanks, Duty. Thanks,
Sir.
bud.
Come on in here, Bello. Join us.
Yeah,
Thanks,
boy.
man.
Got it done.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Man.
Thank you.
That was amazing.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.
How did it feel out there?
Really, I felt good. I tried for a lot of distractions, right? None of what I thought would bother me bothered me. It was the things I didn't think about. The last minute, they were like, here, these, it was such a beautiful, big Rose Bowl. This earpiece is just going the whole time. So it's like I'm hearing things, but I could hear things in here. So that was okay, and then it was the phone. We thought, well, I don't want to drop my phone. I'll put it on this leash. Well, it wasn't long enough, so I'm like, well, so like, try to come up with fixes, and you're like, oh, but you roll with it. Am I speaking really loud? Because I got in my ear.
Let me tell you something. You roll with it, bro. Nobody else does that. That was a big deal. Nice work, man.
It was cool.
Nice work.
Nani, thank you, baby. That's my baby. This is my girl. They can follow in my footsteps, and it's just awesome to have the support.
Well, Annalise, you sat there, you watched him. You watched what he did on Tuesday in New York, and we talked about that. And you talked about watching him. He's done it on a cruise ship. He's walked a high wire. What did you think about what he did tonight and how impressive that was?
I thought it was awesome, like adding all those other elements that you're not used to just makes it that much harder, and to see him do it like it was just a walk in the park, it shows how awesome he is.
What was neat is I just didn't think about it. I came here yesterday to see if sun. I was like, oh, I'm walking right into the sun. I better wear sunglasses. Well, right when I started, sun drops behind that mountain. And I'm like, well, shoot. They're too nice of glasses to drop.
I mean, God forbid. God forbid you drop the sunglasses. I mean, it's only your life we're talking about here.
Yeah.
Now, TJ, you've seen some crazy stuff. You've done a lot of crazy stuff over your years in the BMX world. How does this compare to some of the stuff that you've seen and been a part of?
You know what? It's totally two different animals, but I really believe that there's self-respect in both of us, like for each other's crafts. You know what I'm saying? And his craft is just death-defying. It's like make it or break it. It's either go to the party or you're not. And my sport is you're going to the party hurt. You know what I mean? So, and you're pretty sure you're going to be hurt. There's not a chance you're not going to be hurt. But his athleticism and his balance is a whole different level of anything that I've ever seen. I'm really excited to see the ultimate. And in Vegas, that's my hometown. I'm honored for you to be there and just making it happen. And I'm just really glad that Vegas is your host.
Well, that is all going down on August 30th. We're actually going to play back, each discipline right now. Yeah. Just take a look, and so the people at home can see how it's all going to go down, each individual, stunt. And maybe we'll chat about it and kind of give you guys a little bit of a little insider scoop.
I love it.
Stunt 1, the wire cycle.
Not only will I be taking a motorcycle to up over 60 feet off the ground, I'll be dismounting at its highest point. The hardest part about that, me and the motorcycle will be balancing on a high wire. The cable is the size of my thumb. It's about 1/3 of the size of the tire. I've never seen it done before.
Now, Bello, how many motorcycles and how much motorcycling have you done in your life?
That's what's sort of funny. You said it. You had your sport, your profession, I had mine. And a lot of people think, well, if you're a daredevil, you're an athlete, well, you should cross over and you should be good at all of them. And every one is a challenge.
Yeah.
Now, I haven't found one that that I don't like. And that's sort of a problem because it's all an expensive hobby. It all takes a certain amount of dedication and practicing. I was taught, and I preach this all the time. Steady dripping hollows any stone. You do something every once in a while, you're not going to be too good at it. The word for practice in French is répétition, repetition. You do something over and over, you're going to get good at it.
Well, and tonight we saw the practice session for our next stunt that we're going to see here, the fire walk across the wire. Let's take a look at that one.
Stunt 2, the fire wire walk.
There's only one way to walk across a wire successfully, and that is to focus on the other end of the cable. That's why they always say, don't look down. If I'm gonna walk on a high wire that's on fire, well, there's a lot of elements. Basically, trying not to get distracted. The noise, the heat, something that can burn you. I will have no idea how close that fire is behind me. Hopefully, I won't feel how close that is behind me.
Have you walked across a wire with fire behind you before?
I have. I've walked across a wire with a lot of distractions, artificial ones, natural weather ones. What makes that wire walk different than this one is you always want to try and save some extra stamina, some support, some adrenaline. And when you get to the end here, like, oh, wow, I'm there. I'm ready to do it again. But it's just, that will be a little, this is a long wire. That one will probably be half as long, and I'll be able to do it really quick. But every wire has its challenge.
It'll be a little tighter than 2 as well, right? Yeah. So, yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, stunt number 3. Let's take a look.
Stunt 3, the rope descent.
This stunt is all about timing. I have to beat the ball. I had to create new ways to descend, and descend fast. I don't have time for safety gear. I don't have time for a harness. I'm basically going to free fall for as long as I can stand it, and then grip that rope and try to stop myself. Yes, that's a lot of friction.
Bello, that's a lot of friction. That's an understatement of the century I've never heard anybody say that's a lot of friction. You're free falling with a rope, and then you're just going to stop yourself. What kind of gloves do we have here? This is
Believe it or not, no gloves. Feel those hands? I can put a cigarette out. I can put a cigarette out.
Those are some man hands. I like them.
And most people use a figure 8 or a harness. I'm going to hold on with one hand, let the rope go through with my other hand, and basically, you know, free fall and stop as accurate as I can.
Okay, so
that way.
Assuming that you make it this far,
yes, sir.
Too easy. What's next?
Let's take a look.
Jeez, so many.
Oh, man. You gotta be
Run
kidding
into the
me.
wheel. That's going to get released, the pendulum.
Stunt 4, the wheel of steel.
The whirling wheel of steel. Once it's released, the weighted side causes a pendulum effect. I'll have one shot to grab the unweighted side. The problem is, it will have a tremendous amount of energy built up into a rotating pattern. I have to, as quick as I can, get my bearings, stand up, and start running as fast as I can. This action will be cranking the ball all the way to the top of the timing mechanism. I have to do all of this, balance, focus. It's referred to as Wheel of Death.
That's one of my favorite things ever, especially that shot at the end there. It looks like so much fun.
It's a lot of fun. You know, you get going fast, and it looks like a lot of fun. And it is. But
it's called the Wheel of Death.
Yeah, it can get you when you drop your guard in so many ways. Because at one moment, you get going fast enough. At one moment, you're weightless. On the bottom, you have about 2 G's of gravity. And it takes endurance, stability, agility, and stamina just to be able to run as fast as you can. It's like walking on a wire on a treadmill in an elevator, if that makes sense.
Oh, man. And then you got to hit up a free climb right now?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's take a look. Woo.
Stunt 5, the free climb.
Next up is the fastest climb up a vertical pole. No harness, no gear, no spikes, no ladder, no steps, nothing. It's a free climb. The pole I'll be climbing looks like a flagpole. It's a 3-inch round tube, 60 feet tall. I couldn't be more proud because this thing was invented by my father. Only 3 dozen people have climbed to the top of a pole. I'm gonna break the record for the world's fastest climb.
I don't know. You know what, Bello? If this whole stuntman thing doesn't work out, I'd really like you to come over and help me trim some palm trees, because that's a whole different level, dude.
So it's a world record. So how fast do you have to go to break the world record?
Most people, I know them all, 24 to 30 seconds. I have done under 20 seconds. It's a pole, no ladder, no rope, no pegs, nothing, just a flagpole. Climb up as fast as you can. Free climb.
Very cool when you get to the top, but if that isn't difficult enough, you're going to transfer from that pole to another pole.
Why not?
Take a look.
Stunt 6, the transfer.
So now I just broke the record for the world's fastest climb up a 60-foot pole. The problem is there's going to be 2 poles. One of them is very flexible. It's going to be pulled into a tension. The ball will release the other pole. Once that second pole is coming towards me, I'll have 1, possibly 2 chances to grab that pole. How do I get from pole to pole? Well, since it's never been done before, any way I can.
So that looks really dangerous if you're fresh and sexy, but if you get up there and you're super tired, now what? How much breath are you going to have left after you've just done how many stunts?
Yeah, you know, by the time we get to there, we're 6 stunts in, and there's 3 of them that happen because you got to climb as fast as you can, time it out because the ball, I've got to beat the ball, wait for, you know, I've got to get some swing action going in, but time it in time for when the ball releases the pole, the second pole that's under tension, and get from one to the other. And depending on how far ahead I am of the ball, how fast I climb, or how late I am, I've got to get there any way I can. Jump, climb.
Sounds easy.
Yeah.
All right. So then you got to drop after that.
Well, it's all about going up, down, and moving fast. So the only way to get going is the only way to go down is
and we're
fast.
only halfway there, man.
Halfway.
Take it easy.
Let's take a look at the drop right now.
Stunt 7, the drop.
I'm now at the top of a 60-foot pole. How do you get down? Well, like a fireman would slide down. I'm going to do it different. I'm going to do it head first so I can see where I'm going. I'm going to break the world record for the world's fastest free fall down a sway pole. And that's what it is. Remember, the ball is still in motion.
Still moving. Still going.
You know, everyone's seen the fireman slide down a pole. When you go that fast, you want to see where you're going, right?
Yeah.
Head first is the only way.
That's it, baby. Let's
Free
do
fall,
this.
bear hug that pole at the end.
But how do you
Tremendous
figure
amount
out
of
how to
friction.
stop yourself? Like, where's the like trial and error in that? Like, hey, I'm going to slide down the pole upside down, and let me see if I can stop myself. Like, how many times did you fall on the hair?
Well, I'm not going to bring up. We have a lot of great friends in this business, and there was a man who was not my father who called me son. He lost 2 of his sons doing that exact same
Whoa, okay, so it's no joking matter.
joke.
This thing is dead serious. All right, now is one of my favorite things in the world, the human cannon.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Wow.
I get a bang
How
out
does
of
it
it
feel?
every time.
Let's take a look.
Stunts 8 and 9, the cannon and the chopper blade.
Man's always had a quest for flight. The only way to do it is with a machine. My machine of choice is a cannon. That's right, I'm going to get inside of a cannon and fly 110 feet to my landing projectile. There are plenty of things that can go wrong. I'm going to add one more element of danger. I'm going to get shot out of a cannon and fly over the rotating blades of a helicopter.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, because if something went wrong and there was no helicopter there, you'd be perfectly fine. So let's just put a helicopter there. Jeez, oh man, all right.
I tell you, it's a blast.
It's a blast.
It looks like it.
But we can't underestimate how dangerous that is because, as you've said, only 50% of the people that have done this stunt have had success.
Let me give you some more statistics. It's like 2 car accidents happen within 5 seconds. But you're prepared for it, you know it. Now, that's tough because you take off, you go from 0 to 70 miles an hour in under a second. Free flight for 4.5 seconds. And then you hit what most people think is this cushiony airbag. Up to 11 G's of gravity is the impact of landing in there. It's something else. I built and designed that, engineered every bit of that with my brother, with a great Eugene, my helicopter pilot brother helped me with that a lot. Johnny Rocket, another stunt man. Smiley. I just had a great group of people who support and helped me with that. But every weld, every piece, I'm there for because
Good man.
You gotta.
Well, now you're back to the motorcycle.
Yes, sir.
Ooh, I like it.
Stunts 10 and 11, the jump and the flames.
I can't say I'm the greatest motorcycle jumper in the world. What I am gonna do is jump a motorcycle over a wall of fire. I will not be able to see my landing.
You know, back in the day, we would throw a bunch of gasoline onto a flame in between a jump, and I know what that feels like when you can't see the landing, and it's very scary. We were only about 10 feet off the ground, so it wasn't really that big a deal. But this, not being able to see the landing when you're jumping a dirt bike that high, that far, it's scary. I only know one guy that's ever done anything like this, and it was Twitch. He's one of the best motorcycle riders in the world. And for you to just jump on a dirt bike and jump through flames like that, that's another level. Respect, man.
Thanks. There's a lot to it. Like I said, I'm a daredevil.
Yeah.
People think it's all comes easy to you. And I've ridden motorcycle inside the ball. I did old school jumping before this. The old Evel Knievel, Robbie Knievel, 11 to 14 degrees. So you need 400 or 500 feet of run-up space. Yeah. You can jump about 100 feet, but you need 300, 400, 500 feet to slow down. So you're not going high, you're going really long. Mm-hmm. Well, with the new style, ramp, yes, you're going 75 feet, 50 to 75 feet, but you need to get up high. So I had to learn new school with a contoured ramp so I can get over that flame, because we all know heat rises.
Nice.
Well, let's talk about heat, though, because heat and hairspray don't mix. And I did learn how you keep the hair up. I know that I learned some extra tricks today. But you're going to go through 2 walls of fire on the motorcycle. I hope that you have a helmet on. Let's take a look.
Stunt 12, the wall of fire.
Rule number 1 when you're jumping a motorcycle is being able to see your landing. I've got to land on that ramp as smoothly as possible and give as much gas as I can to break through a wall of fire. 3, 2, 1.
Did you ever ride through fire?
No. No, I run from fire. I'm not going to ride through fire for the fans. What? That's a whole different level. That's pretty cool.
Thanks. I just wanted to keep adding to this. My great buddy Amir is the one who helped me bring all this to life, and we just kept adding. What would top it? What would top it? Now go through the wall.
Well, you know what would top it is then getting onto a helicopter off the dirt bike. After you go through that wall, maybe hold it wide.
You bet.
Let's check it out.
Stunt 13, the jumper exchange.
Once I break through that wall of fire on my motorcycle, I now need to drive even faster to catch up to a helicopter. It's going to have a trapeze suspended underneath it. I need to now transfer from a speeding motorcycle to a speeding helicopter. As it takes off, hold on by one hand, let go of the motorcycle, hopefully not get confused between the two, and then fly off. One hand on the helicopter. Ready? Go.
That looks like a party.
It is. It starts getting more challenging here because clearly you see in the video, I've hung from a helicopter before.
Yeah.
Not only a helicopter, my brother's helicopter, who is an unbelievable stunt pilot, famous around the world, and we just have this bond because we know what we're doing. Now, but when we do that, he knows what he's doing, I'm holding on to the trapeze, I'm standing on the ground, nod, you're ready, and there's all this prep, and you're going to do it. And it takes off, and I mean, it barely pulls out of you, even when you're ready for it. There's a thrust there, there's G's. I'm gonna be on a motorcycle. Something's gotta keep that going, because usually you get going and you're staying still. Helicopters go straight up. Well, I'm on a motorcycle. Just came through a wall. Gotta go fast through that flaming wall.
Not to mention,
yeah. It's a rope trapeze. He's coming in. He's got to be moving forward, consistent. I've got to be, and I'm directly underneath him. He cannot see me. I got one chance to grab that trapeze, and trapeze gas or trapeze. You don't get him confused.
Yeah.
Right? So a lot goes into it, but that's a bond of trust that only brothers have.
Now, a lot of people, they think that circus tricks are just circus tricks and it's easy and it's not even that scary, but these are all legitimate stunts. And I'm here to tell you, respect, man.
Thank you, sir.
Very much so.
Thank you very much.
Now, what's next?
Lift and drop,
right?
Yeah,
you're on the bottom of the helicopter. On the bottom of the helicopter.
Let's take a look.
There's only one way to get down, and that's
Stunts
breaking another
14
record.
and 15. The lift and the drop.
I've hung suspended from a helicopter many times, at many heights. The next stunt I'm gonna do, I'm gonna let go and do the world's highest high fall from underneath the helicopter. I will hit terminal velocity. I've trained my entire life to hold on. Now it's time for me to let go. I need to get out of that airbag as fast as I can and extinguish the flaming ball that's 60 feet above my head before it drops.
That video of you hanging by your foot from a helicopter, it's unbelievable, unreal. I mean, how many feet are you going to drop down?
I'm going to break a record and try to go for around 200 feet. No one has ever left from underneath a helicopter, usually from a building in a secure setting. Underneath the helicopter, hopefully we're all
200
lined
feet,
up.
bro.
The only people to do that with
Bro,
is
100 feet is cool, all right? 100
feet
is cool.
From 0 feet to 100, you hit terminal velocity.
60, I think it says 70.
Yeah, well,
60
from
or 70
60 to 100 is when you start picking up the real speed.
Dude, that's when
And
the heat comes.
Yeah, yeah.
I love how he
Only
says,
the best.
and hopefully everything's lined up.
Yeah,
Like,
hey,
that would
you
be more
surround
than
yourself
hopefully.
with the best,
We'll
and
see.
that's it.
Bello,
Sir,
it's been a
thank you so
pleasure.
much.
I'm so honored to meet you,
Thank
man.
you.
And really,
Thank you so
honestly,
much.
guys, take it from me. This is the real deal. I don't care what you say. Anything that you've ever seen, this is a whole nother level. And it's available right now, $1.99. Don't miss this. This is definitely worth every dollar.
It is, and it's August 30th. Remember, you guys can right now buy it on theultimate.com. Like you said, it's $1.99. We're all going to be tuning in. 15 death-defying stunts. You can take a look here. This is Bello taking a selfie earlier, tweeting it out to all of his followers. And it was amazing seeing everybody. That was the love that you were getting out on social media. TJ, I mean, like you said, you've never seen anything like this before, huh?
No, never in my life have I seen something so sick.
me.
And 15 stunts in under 15 minutes. And he's got to get it done because that ball's chasing him the whole time. Flames, fire, everything's going down. And it all happens with a guy as humble and cool as him. I mean,
That's
this
right.
is a sweetheart of a guy.
Thank you, sir.
I would never do this if the guy wasn't that cool. This guy's a whole different level. You guys, you have to tune in. You have to watch this guy. He's definitely worth it. My stamp of approval. This guy is the man.
He is the man.
Thank
All right,
you
we
very
thank
much.
you, Bello. We thank you. And Elise, we're so excited. Make sure you guys tune in all summer long on The Ultimate. You guys can check in, and we will see you on August 30th. Thanks so much for watching.